Over the last decade, something absolutely incredible has been happening in the skies over India. The country's aviation market has gone through one of the most rapid and frankly dramatic transformations anywhere in the world. It's reshaping how hundreds of millions of people travel, connect, and do business. So let's dive into this incredible story of growth and figure out what it means for India and for the rest of us. So, to really wrap our heads around the scale of what's happening, you just have to look at this one number. As of 2024, India is officially the third largest civil aviation market on the entire planet. I mean, that is just a staggering rise, putting it right up there with the global heavyweights. Yeah, this ranking puts India in a pretty elite club. Now, while the USA and China still have a bigger piece of the pie for now, India has firmly cemented itself as a major global player. But here's the kicker. Its growth trajectory is one of the fastest in the world. All right, so what's really lighting the fire under this phenomenal expansion? It's a combination of a few key factors that have created, well, a perfect storm for growth, making flying more accessible than it has ever been before. Okay, the single biggest engine driving this whole boom, it's the rise of the low-cost carrier, or LCC. These no-frills airlines now command over 70% of the domestic market. Their fierce competition has, and I mean this, completely changed the game, opening up air travel to a whole new generation of flyers. And you can see the direct result of all that competition right here in the prices. Since 2011, even when you adjust for inflation, the actual real cost of flying has just plummeted. We're talking domestic fares down by 21% and international fares dropping by a massive 38%. And that's the crucial point, right? Flying isn't just a luxury anymore. It's becoming a real viable option for India's growing middle class. Now, this massive explosion in passenger numbers doesn't just happen in a vacuum. It's really held up by two key pillars, a handful of privatized world-class mega airports, and, of course, the airlines that call them home. You can think of these five airports as the central nervous system of Indian aviation. Delhi and Mumbai especially have been transformed into these enormous international hubs, and along with Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Kolkata, they handled the lion's share of the country's air traffic, acting as the main gateways to the nation and the world. And just to give you an idea of the sheer volume we're talking about here, the flight path between just Mumbai and Delhi is the third busiest route on the entire planet. That just shows you the incredible density of travel between India's biggest economic centers. But here's the thing. This story, this aviation revolution, it's not just about these giant hubs and bustling city-to-city routes. A huge part of the vision is about pushing that connectivity way out, deep into the heart of the country. So yeah, the big hubs are fantastic. But for decades, huge parts of the country were completely left off the aviation map. We're talking hundreds of smaller cities and towns. So how do you solve that? How do you bridge that gap? Well, the answer came in the form of a flagship government program called UDAN. And the name itself is so powerful. Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik literally translates to let the common citizen fly. The mission? It's simple but incredibly powerful. Make air travel affordable and accessible, not just in the big cities, but all across regional India. And the impact of that policy? You're looking at it. It's this whole new web of air routes being woven across the country, connecting dozens of airports that were either unserved or barely served before. It's literally about stitching the entire nation together, by air. So what's powering this entire revolution, from the mega hubs down to the smallest regional airstrips? Well, it's one of the biggest airport construction booms happening anywhere on the planet today. Just look at this. This is the gleaming new terminal at Tiruchirappalli International Airport. It's part of this huge nationwide push to upgrade and modernize. And believe me, with a capacity to handle over 4 million passengers a year, it's a perfect example of the massive investment being poured into these facilities. And hey, this isn't just happening at the huge international airports. This new terminal at Solapur shows how development is happening at every single level. The goal here is pretty clear, a top-to-bottom upgrade of passenger capacity, making sure the whole network is ready for what's coming next. So what's the end game in all of this? Where is it all headed? It's laid out in a government roadmap called Vision 2040, and honestly, the numbers are just staggering. They're projecting a six-fold increase in passengers to 1.1 billion people a year, all served by a network of almost 200 airports. It's a truly massive blueprint for the future. And look, this isn't just some pie in the sky plan for the future. It's happening right now. In just one decade, between 2014 and 2024, the number of operational airports in India has more than doubled, from 74 to 159. This right here, this is the hard data, the physical proof of the airport revolution unfolding on the ground.
So, when you think about it, from making travel affordable with low cost carriers to connecting the most remote corners of the country and building world class airports at a breathtaking pace, all the pieces are falling into place, which really leaves us with one big question. Are we literally watching the world's next great aviation network being built right before our very eyes?